Just want to welcome you today to Frazer Brookes Chat with the Karat Caribbean Team, hosted by myself, Michael Aman. And let me see, I think we have some people who are not muted. Let me see here, just a second. Yeah, so we know, of course, we are living in a day and age when many people are forced to work at home. Due to the COVID situation. And because of this, there are more, we don't have any physical meetings. People cannot go out and meet with persons face to face. People are being encouraged to stay at home everywhere in the world. And in fact, even on top of that, some persons have to contend with lower salaries or even no salaries. Some people are being laid off. Some people don't have any jobs at the moment. So more people are at home looking for things to do. And many people are actually turning to social media and to look for other ways to earn a living. Now, for this reason, I had reached out to Frazer Brookes, who I have been following for some time. Frazer Brookes is a generic coach in the social media industry. He had attended network marketing events since he was a baby, even when he was in the womb of his mother. So he basically grew up in a house surrounded by information about the industry. And in 2010, he actually began his career in one of these companies. Within 5 years, he built a business of over 300,000 customers, all using social media. And this is at a time when many people were not even yet on social media. In 2010, it is said that about roughly 10% of the American population was on social media. He got 300,000 customers. And after seeing his success, many people in his business, as well as from other businesses, started to reach out to him to get advice. How did he do it? What are the things to do? How to approach using social media to build a business? So around 2015, 2016, he made the decision to go 100% into generic coaching, speaking, and consulting. And since January 2017, he has actually been on 20 different countries on stage, talking about social media. He had started the Success Summit, the biggest generic coaching event in Europe to date. He has also become one of the first generic trainers to speak on the GoPro stage along with Eric Worre, speaking about building a business using, of course, social media. He also currently runs the #1 community for network marketers, the Ninja Networker, with tools and material to help people to build their business using social media. And of course, he has helped hundreds and thousands of networkers around the world to start, promote, and grow their businesses online. Now, there are different ways that people may use to build a business in general, right? Some of these things may include speaking to family, speaking to friends, speaking to acquaintances, people who are on the job. And these things can only go so far because there are certain people who don't know too much people. There are people who keep to themselves. There are people who only know so much person. So what happens when you reach that point? What happens when you reach your limit? Do you sit back and say, listen, I don't know much people? Acquaintances are people you may meet in the grocery, a taxi driver, things like people you don't really see every day, but you're aware of who they are. And, and some people will keep it right there. Some people may actually try to do email marketing, which some people say is spammy. Some emails people get, they don't even read emails as much. Some people may spend money to try to put in newspaper ads and print on flyers. And that costs money, which some people don't have. And they have limited returns as well in doing so. And some people will actually go around cold contacting, meeting people on the street, people they don't know, strangers, and they may be looked at with suspicion because, of course, people don't know them. But another way that people use to build business, and it is growing fast and rapidly, is social media. Why social media? You see, if we only speak to persons that we know, which is our warm market, then the growth of our business will be limited, right? Because why? Because studies show that persons are more willing to do business with people they know than persons they don't know. And the solution, therefore, is to expand our warm market. Don't just speak to the persons you know. Well, actually, what you need to do is to expand the number of people you know. And the strategy to do this is really to convert strangers to friends first, and then friends to family, to business associates, right? But why should we expand our warm market? You see, our area of operation really deals with the people that we already know, people who would work with us, right? And there may be people that we know, which is acquaintances and so on, which is a little bit out of our area of daily operation, right? And many of them may share a similar interest. Now, there may be people outside of that area of influence, which is the people that we know. There are people we don't know who are also included in the same area of interest that we have, right? So what we need to do is to expand that circle, that area of influence into other people who have the interest that we have. That is why we need to expand it. We can get more people to speak to. But why social media? I am comfortable not having to go on social media. But you see, it's nice to be in a comfort zone, but the challenge with being in a comfort zone is that nothing ever grows there. But why social media? You see, around the world by 2020, and this is even before COVID, out of a total population of roughly 7.75 billion people, of which 5.19 billion are phone users and 4.54 billion are internet users, they're people using both, 3.8 billion people internationally use social media. What a great way to expand your influence. In fact, the global social media users from 2010 to 21, within just 10 years, actually, yeah, just 10 years, here it shows the estimate of 2.9 billion. This study was done around 2019. And actually, these numbers bust because we have over 3.5 billion already in 2020. So obviously in 2021, it's going to grow further. COVID has actually encouraged this to go even higher than that, right? As we said, there's a great growth. It is, you can say practically 8 out of 10 people use social media in America alone, right? And what are the tools that they use? Or rather, what are the age brackets? You can see in every age bracket, except for the 65 plus years, more than 60% of people are on social media. And out of them all, Facebook is the most popular social media network. All right, 2.4 billion on Facebook. And these, as I said, these numbers are as of July 2019, 1 year ago. These numbers are even higher now, right? So the most active users are, of course, the millennials. But as I said, most people are over 60% of people use social media. What is the key benefit of using social media to build your business? Well, you get increased exposure, we get more traffic. 98% of businesses say they have gotten more exposure than before. You're actually putting your business out to people that would not normally take a look at you. But how do I use social media to build my business? I don't know what to do. I don't know, what do I do? Just so I go ahead and say, and chat and say hi? Well, there's certain things you need to know about social media, right? One of them is that social media is a highly competitive venture. People have short attention spans. People are not going to pay much attention to what is there because there's lots of things to read. So the key is to put in a strategy to catch that short attention span. And you must be active every day. Some people will say post an image every day, but Frazer will speak to that. But the key thing to engage is 1, to get attention, and 2, to get the engagement using the messaging applications, right? What do we need to get into social media? We would need to have, of course, a pen and paper to take notes. We need to take notes. We need to have a laptop or a smartphone, right? And of course, you need to have 1 or more social media accounts, right? And what we're going to do, we're going to learn some skills into how to use the social media. And then of course, we have to do activity. You can learn as much as you want, but if you don't put the activity, your effectiveness is going to be limited. You can do all the activity you want, but if you don't have the skills, your effectiveness will also be limited. So right now, I don't know if he's on the line as yet, but I'd like to introduce us all to the one and only Frazer Brookes. Welcome, Frazer, to the call.
Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy?
I'm fine, thank you very much, sir.
Good. Oh, you have the best accent ever. So cool. So cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
Have you ever been to Trinidad and Tobago or the Caribbean?
I have indeed. I've spent some time there. I've spent some time in the Cayman Islands, Jamaica,
Oh, okay.
Barbados, Bahamas, St. Michael, St.
Okay.
Thomas. Yeah,
Okay.
wonderful.
Awesome. Awesome.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to share with you guys some stuff. I might have to go inside because it's
Okay.
the lockdown seems to have ended here in Germany.
Okay. Oh, they've ended the lockdown in Germany. Awesome.
Yeah.
We are still on lockdown.
Yeah, I think it's still going, but some people just ignore the rules. Well, I'm excited to share some stuff about social media with you guys.
Okay.
Really excited about it. Should we get into it?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, hey guys, my name's Frazer Brookes. For those of you who don't know me, my network marketing career started in 1987, but I wasn't born until 1988. So whenever I tell people that, they kind of go, what? Like, how is that possible? So my mum and dad, they were so broke, they couldn't afford to pay attention, right? They had no money. My dad had this big house that was basically falling down. He couldn't afford to pay the bills. So he rented the rooms out to complete strangers, right? So he lived in bedroom 1 with my mum and me, my mum was pregnant with me. And then he rented the rooms out to people in bedroom 2, bedroom 3, bedroom 4, bedroom 5, the basement, the lounge, and the dining room. Now in the UK, there's no beaches like there in the ones in Trinidad and Tobago, right? The sand is black almost, and the sea is brown, right? So it's not so good. It's not so good. So
encouragement to come down whenever you can.
one day, brother, I'll be there. I will be taking you up on that.
All right, great.
Yeah, oh for sure. So my dad just goes downstairs one day and he finds a newspaper one of the people had left in the kitchen table, and it said MLM. I drive an Aston Martin. You can too. Call me now. And he looked at MLM and he thought, what does that mean? MLM. And he realized that MLM stood for Make Love Monthly. That's what he thought it meant. He thought MLM, Make Love Monthly. Oh, I'm in. So he calls up the guy. The guy says, it's not Make Love Monthly, it's multi-level marketing. He's like, oh, cool, what's that? He explained it to him. My dad didn't understand. He said, can I come to an event? He said, yeah. My dad and my mum went to an event, and I was in the room in 1987 on the 26th of October. My mum and dad went on to make millions and millions of dollars, top 100 income earners in the network marketing space, made $10 million in the 90s. And as a result, I traveled all over the world. with my mum and dad, helping them build their business. What was I doing? I was the kid screaming at the back of the room. I was the kid saying, when's it going to end? I was the kid who was trying to distract my mum and dad. And when I was 18 years old, I want you to think about this. I want you to think that one of your prospects had lived with you for 18 years, saw the fortune, the freedom, the fame, the fun, the family, the friends, all the incredible things about network marketing. And then when you said to them, hey, do you want to join? You've seen all the good stuff. They turned around to you and said, nah, I'm okay. That was me. Mum and dad, they made millions around me. I saw all the good stuff. But the reason why I said no was because I was scared of public speaking. I stopped myself from living my dreams because I was scared for talking in front of people. And now it's quite funny because I travel all over the world. I'm 32 years old and I've spoken on stage, been paid to speak on stage in 32 different countries. Kind of crazy. So here's the thing. I said no. For 4 years, I went to become a construction manager. So whenever you go on one of those construction sites and people have got the hard hat, the yellow hard hat, that's what I became to do. And my dad, every single 3 months, he would sit me down in his office and pitch me the exact same thing that he did previously. Every single 3 months. And the day before he was to pitch me for his 16th time, he said to me, Frazer, how's that construction management thing going? I said, yeah, all right, Dad. He said, are you tired of building people's houses yet? Maybe you should come build some people's dreams. And I was like, whoa, okay. In network marketing, I could build people's dreams instead of building their house. Like, that sounds real good. That sounds real good. And I could build dreams in the UK. I could build dreams in Trinidad. I could build dreams in Tobago. I could build dreams in Jamaica. I could build dreams in South Africa. I could build dreams anywhere. And the next day, my dad sat me down and said, right, are you in? I was like, yeah, I'm in. He said, what's changed? He said, Dad, I'm going to build it all on social media. And he laughed at me. He went, oh, social media. Network marketing doesn't work on social media. Brilliant. I was like, I'm going to prove it wrong. He was like, all right. He said, let me tell you, there's one thing you need to do first. I said, what? He said, have you ever watched the movie Pirates of the Caribbean? And I was like, oh yeah. Quite funny actually, right? Caribbean. He said, this, he didn't actually say this 10 years ago, but this is the relevant version of it. He said, what do the pirates want to do? I said, find the treasure? He said, yeah. And what do they need to be able to find the treasure? I said, the treasure map? He goes, exactly. And what's usually in the treasure? This is really appropriate for you guys. He goes, gold? I said, do you want gold? I said, yeah. He said, you got to get your map. I was like, what's my map? He said, your map is your list. You need to have your list of people you're going to talk to because that's your treasure map. And once you complete the list, you haven't made the money. And I was like, hey, what do you mean? I haven't made the money. He said, when you complete the list, your business begins because the money is not in the money is not in the list. The money is in the skills that you create from the list. And I was like, bingo, bingo, bingo. Because network marketing is a stranger's business. In fact, network marketing is turning strangers into friends, friends into family. I was like, that is gold. Good one, Dad. Good one. Right? So he looks at me and says, go on, go upstairs. Get a piece of paper and a pen, and write down as many names as you can and come down when you've done it. I went upstairs, I came down, I wrote 137 names. Now, when I was writing those names, I was excited, but I was also petrified because I knew I was going to have to speak to them. What happens if my uncle says that I'm stupid? What happens if my best friend doesn't want to be friends with me anymore? What happens if... I was thinking all these things. Went downstairs and my dad asked me 3 questions. And I want you guys to answer the questions at home on your piece of paper. Because at the end of the day, guys, note takers who become action takers become money makers. If you don't take notes, you don't learn. If you don't take action, you don't do. And if you don't do those things, you don't get. Michael said before, action plus skills equals results. You need to do both. All right, so here we go. He asked me, number 1, how much money do you want to earn a month? Now, 10 years ago, I was a disaster. I was a loser. I was a train wreck. I was a mess. And I said to my dad, I want to make $300, 300 American dollars a month. And he looked at me and he said, son, I remember him putting his hand on my shoulder and he said, son, listen, you're 22. I know you've had a tough time. You've obviously had all our support, but you found it hard in school and all that sort of stuff. Don't aim too high, because if you could just make enough money for you to break even, but be around the network marketing environment, hang out with people who are doing better than you, your mindset will change and your entire life with your career will change as a result. He said, I would love for you to get to $300 a month, but just be aware. I was like, all right, cool. He said, all right, let's flip it on its head. Second question, what would be your crazy 1-year income goal? And I looked at him and I was like, Dad, you just said that I'll struggle to make $300 a month and I should downgrade. He said, nah, think big. I was like, all right, $100,000 a year. He was like, wow. At 22 years old, I was like, yeah. He was like, how would you feel? I'd be like, oh, I'd feel so good. I'd feel so good. He was like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. He said, third question, how much do you want to earn? Crazy goal in 10 years. And I was like, whoa, 10 years, I'll be 32. I'll be ancient. And he laughed. And I said, if I could make $1 million, that'd be $100,000 every year for 10 years, $1 million. I'd be a network marketing millionaire and I'd be financially free by 33. And I could teach people how to be financially free by 33, financially free by 43, 53, 63, 73, 83, 93, 103. He was like, wow. He said, do you want to let me know who, do you want me to tell you who asked me that question when I first started? I said, yeah. He said, Tony Robbins. And I was like, ooh, yeah. He said, Tony Robbins said that you will overestimate what you do in 1 year, but you will underestimate what you do in 10 years. You won't make $100,000 in a year, but you won't make $1 million in 10 years. And I was like, all right, Dad. He said, but I'm going to help you make more than $1 million in 10 years if you can do 3 things. And I said, what are they, Dad? He said, number 1, be coachable. So can you do that? I said, hell yeah, I can be coachable. Like, teach me and I'm in. And if you're coachable and you can see the chat feature, let me know. Just say like, yeah, I'm coachable. And if you're not coachable, don't say it. All right? I want to see who's got the gold here. I want to see who's got the AUs. I want to see those AUs in here. Right? Edward, blessed. Yeah, right. There we go. People are here. People are waking up. Musical harmony. Great name. Terrence says, I'm coachable. Yeah, you are, Terrence. Right? Got to be coachable. Number 2 is you got to be committed. My dad said, one day, Frazer, you'll stand at the altar to be married. Will you look at your wife when the priest or the pastor says to you, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? And you look at her and say, I'm going to give you 1 year. No, no one says that. You got to be coachable. You got to be committed. And the third thing is you need to be consistent. And I was like, Dad, I'm not a very consistent person. And he said, that's a problem. And I was like, how do I fix it? He said, get in the car. I want to take you somewhere. And he took me to the place. There's, I think someone on not muted, so I can hear them. So he takes me to the playground. Thanks so much, mate. Thank you. He takes me to the playground and we get on a seesaw, right? There's like a plank of wood and there's a thing in the middle and it does this, right? And I sat on one end, my dad sat on the other end. And he said, Frazer, I'm going to teach you how to be successful. I said, go on, Dad. He said, there's only 2 things you need to worry about. Only 2. I said, what are they, Dad? He said, number 1 are the distractions that you have in your life right now. I said, whoa. He said, give me a list. And he was sat on the other end of the plank of wood. He said, give me a list of what your distractions are. I said, going to the pub with my friends. He said, good. Watching the football, Liverpool Football Club. Yeah, go Reds. Go Liverpool Football Club. He said, yeah, distraction. Going shopping, distraction. Washing the dishes, distraction. Distraction, 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 distraction. He said, the other thing you need to worry about is the vision you have for yourself. And he said, if the size of your distractions outweighs the size of your vision, you will not be successful. But he said, if the size of your vision is bigger than the size of your distractions, you will be consistent and therefore you will be successful. I was like, wow, Dad. He said, now, when we went back home, he said, I want you to go upstairs and I want you to speak to 5 people on your list and then come down and let me know how they went. I went, okay, cool. Now, that was 10 years ago. In fact, on Monday, the Monday just gone, 2 weeks before, my dad calls me up and he said, hey, Frazer, do you know what this week is? I said, what, Dad? He said, this week is your 10th year anniversary since joining the network marketing profession. I was like, woo, yeah. He said it was on Wednesday, which is the 8th of April, 2020. You joined on the 8th of April, 2010. He said, I've got a question for you. I said, yeah, go on, Dad. He said, do you remember the day you joined? I said, yeah, I was in your office. He said, do you remember the 3 questions I asked you? I said, yeah. He said, what were they? Let me test you. I said, how much money do you want to earn in a month? He said, what was your answer? I said, $300 a month. And we laughed for 3 minutes. And he looked at me, because you're on like a FaceTime, and he said, I said to you that you would join, and if you could break even for you to be able to hang around with people who are in my team, who can teach you a thing or two, it would be worth your time. Do you remember that? I said, yeah. He said, it's funny how things have turned out. He said, do you remember what the second question was? I said, hell yeah. It was, how much do I want to earn in a year? I said, yep. I said, remember what I also said? He said, yeah, Tony Robbins said that I'll overestimate what I'll do in a year. And he said, did you? I said, yeah, I didn't make $100,000 in a year. Like that. He said, what was the third question? I said, what's my crazy income goal for 10 years? He said, do you remember the answer? I said, yeah, $1 million. He said, wow. What did Tony Robbins tell me that I told you? I said that I will underestimate what I can do in 10 years. He said, you know what the crazy thing is though, Frazer? Before I made this call, a friend of mine sent me a photo that they saw on Instagram. And I stopped and I was impressed with it because I saw a photo of a guy called Tony Robbins. And the funny thing is when I looked at the image closely, I actually saw your face. You ended up sharing the stage with the guy who told me all of these things all these years ago. He said, why do you think it's taken you 10 years to share the stage with Tony Robbins? And it's taken me 32 years and I'm nowhere near. I said, Dad, social media. And he was like, yep, that's right. So I went upstairs that day 10 years ago and I got my list and I picked up the phone. I was shaking with fear. I was like, hey mate, first call. No. 2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. I remember my dad told me I need to go tell him after 5. I got out my chair. I started walking down the stairs and I realized, actually, I want to impress my dad. I don't want to depress my dad. I want to make him impressed, not depressed. So I thought, I'm just going to keep going. Number 6, no. 7, no. 8, no, 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 no. 27 no's in a row. Anyone else had 27 no's in a row? So what did I do? There is steam coming out of my ears. I was fuming. I was raging. Oh, I felt like I was going to murder someone. I already knew I was a loser, and now it was for certain that I was a loser. In fact, I had paid to be a loser. Like, here you go, here's my sign-up fee. I am now officially a loser. Thought I was going to be a legend. So I'm going down the stairs. Bang, bang, bang. I want to make sure he hears me coming. Bang, bang, bang. I get down to the bottom of the stairs. I look to the right where his office was, and his office door was slightly open. I thought, oh, I wish he could see me because he needs to be prepared because I am going to be absolutely fuming. I walk past the kitchen and my mum is dancing away and a song is on the radio. And the song goes like this. No, 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 there's no limit. No, 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 there's no limit. No limit, no reach for the sky, no valley too deep, no mountain too high, no, no limit. And I'm thinking, I've just heard exactly from my friends the lyrics of that song. No, 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 no. But if I can keep getting no after no after no, my business has no limit. And if my business has no limit, my income has no limit. And if my income has no limit, my freedom has no limit. And if my freedom has no limit, my legacy has no limit. And I realized network marketing is turning strangers into friends, friends into family. And I am in the shipping business. And I said that to my dad. I said, Dad, I'm in the shipping business. He goes, what the hell do you mean you're in the shipping business? You're in the network marketing business? I went, no, I'm in the shipping business. I want to create friendships. And then I want to create a relationship to find who is who's in the entrepreneurship, to then create a partnership, to then use mentorship to create leadership. And here's the thing, guys. Wow. In order for you to find the paradise, you can't swim there. You have to find a ship. Trinidad and Tobago was found when someone got on a ship, right? Someone got on a ship. Oh, that looks like a paradise. Oh, it is a paradise. They didn't swim there. They got on a ship. They got on a boat. You need to create friendships, turn them into relationships, find who's got entrepreneurship to build a partnership, to create mentorship. Through mentorship, you then create a leadership to shipping business. Very simple. So I realized, right, how do I turn strangers into family? So I went upstairs, I didn't quit, and I created a system called FAM. F-A-M. Find, add, message. That's my system. You find someone on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Bing Bong, Ding Dong, I don't know. whatever it is. It's funny because TikTok's TT, Trinidad and Tobago's TT too, right? Cool. So yeah, Facebook's good. Instagram's good, right? That's where the gold is. So I find someone on social media. I find Michael. I add Michael, and then I message Michael. It's not FAP. It's not find add pray. It's not I find Michael, I add Michael, and then pray to Mr. and Mrs. Universe. Please, Mr. and Mrs. Universe, please let Michael see my friend request, watch my Facebook Live, see that I'm selling gold, and then want to buy $10,000 worth of gold from me. No, it's not find add pray. It's also not fat. Find add thumbs up, right? It's not find add poke. It's find add message. Find Michael, add Michael, message Michael. What do you say? What do I say to Michael? Hey, Michael, notice you live in a paradise. I would love to live there. Would be cool to connect. How are you? Hey, Michael, notice you love gold. Me too. Thought it'd be cool to connect. How are you? Hey, Michael, notice that you love football. Me too. Thought it'd be cool to connect. How's things? Hey, Michael, notice you have a young family. Me too. Thought it'd be cool to connect. How's things? Michael says, yes, great, I'm good. Great, we now can start our friendship and build a relationship. Michael says, nah, get lost, blocked, delete. What do? I cry about it. No, I don't. I don't cry about it. I move on to the next one. Just like those wonderful waves in Trinidad and Tobago. Go watch them. Go watch what they do. They go in, they go out. They go in, they go out. They don't go, oh, I'm tired today. Please, no waves today. Okay. No. They go in, they go out. The sun rises, the sun sets. The heart expands, the heart contracts. The lungs go out, the lungs go in. Blood goes in, blood goes out. The life of balance. Some say yes, some say no. Some people love you, some people hate you. Some people like gold, some people like silver. Right? So, find our message. The second thing, so you need to grow your list through find our message. You'll never ever run out of people to talk to. The problem you've got is you overthink it. Now, the more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt, the less you do. The less you do, the more you think. It's a vicious cycle. The more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt, the less you do. The less you do, the more you think. The more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt, the less you do. The less you do, the more you think. The more you... People who think about it don't get stuff done. Do it. The more you do, the less you think. The less you think, the less you doubt. The less you doubt, the more you do. So, second thing is see who's open. So if I get a friendship, I get a friendship with Michael. I build a relationship with Michael. Now I need to see if he's got the entrepreneurship, which he has. So, hey, Michael, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on how you can make money from home during the lockdown? No worries if not, just thought I would ask. Hey, Michael, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on how you can make money on social media? No worries if not, just thought I would ask. Hey, Michael, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing system where you can collect gold? No worries if not, just thought I would ask. The entrepreneurship, the people with entrepreneurship say yes, I'm open. The people who aren't, they say no. But you need to find the entrepreneurship to be able to get the partnership. Let's say they see your message. This is a good one. Let's say they see your message, but they don't reply. Well, this is what you're going to send. You're going to go onto your messenger. You're going to go onto gifts. And you're going to send them this message. Say, hey, I saw you. I noticed you saw my last message. I noticed you saw my last message, but you didn't reply. Then you send that message. Then after that, you would joke around and you would say like, hey, I'm just kidding. But if you could let me know, I'd appreciate it. How simple is that? Now that will increase and improve the conversion rates of people. Third thing, you've got to be a network marketing gladiator. You have to become a network marketing gladiator. There was a movie in 2001 starring Russell Crowe, and it was called Gladiator. Right? Maximus Aurelius, father of a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance. Now, gladiators have two things. They have a sword and they have a shield. The sword represents the invite. If you don't invite, you won't win the fight. You find that message, you see who's open. Find that message, see who's open. Find that message, see who's open. Find that message, see who's open. But when you fight with someone in the Colosseum, what do? They fight back. So they come at you, bow, bow, bow. If you don't have a shield, which represents how to handle objections, you will get hurt. When you have the objection handling skills done, bam, 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 doesn't hurt. Shield, shield, shield. Oh, but Michael, someone called it a pyramid thing. Bam. Oh, but Michael, someone said they don't have the time. Bang. Oh, but Michael, someone said they don't have the money. Bang. Michael, I can't do this anymore. I quit. So you lie in the middle of the Colosseum, dead. Because here's the thing, guys. What are gladiators fighting for? Gladiators are fighting for their freedom. And that's what you're fighting for. You're in the fight of your life right now with yourself. You're in the fight of your life right now with yourself to see how many people you can invite and how many people you can handle objections from. So remember, in order for you to succeed in network marketing, you need to be coachable, committed, and consistent. So someone says, oh, but Michael, I think it's one of those pyramid things. What does Michael then know? Oh, this person's not coachable because this person is a smart arse. And smart arses, they think they know it all. And guess what? Know-it-alls are impossible to be coachable. So what do you reply? Right. Oh my God, thank you so much. You've just saved me so much time. All the best. Bye, Felicia. Like, see ya, right? What about if someone says, oh, I don't have the time or I don't have the money? How does that make you feel? I don't have the time. How does that make you feel? I don't have the money. How does that make you feel? I'm not like you. How does that make you feel? I'm not confident enough. How does that make you feel? I don't know enough people. How does that make you feel? You got in at the beginning. I didn't. How does that make you feel? I missed the boat. How does that make you feel? 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 Because this is what you need to know, guys. Leaders are seeders. But the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. They say to me, Frazer, the fortune is in the follow-up. And you know what? It's not. I have never met someone who's made millions of dollars who's followed up with someone once. The fortune is in the follow-ups. Follow up with someone once, you won't make a fortune. Follow up with someone every single 3 months until they fall in love with the message you've got to sing, then you'll make a fortune. Have you ever listened to a song for the first time and gone, I don't really like it? Second time you listen to it, you're like, it's okay. Third time, your friend says, oh my days, you have to listen to the song. And you go, yeah, I've heard it before. But then you listen to it again and you're like, it is okay. Fourth time you hear it, no, I definitely don't like it. I'm being stubborn. Fifth time, the world's saying that it's the best song. Don't really like it. Sixth time, it hits world #1. Don't like it. Seventh time, it's actually not that bad. I quite like it. Eighth time, this is a good song. Ninth time, yeah! 10th time, best song ever. Fortune is in the follow-ups. Don't just say it once to one person, say it 1,000 times to one person. The goal is how many times can you say the exact same thing to the same person? It doesn't cost you anything to follow up, but you overthink it. Oh no, they won't be interested. A lot can change in 3 months, guys. The price of gold can change all the way up, right? So all the way up, right? So be coachable, be committed, be consistent, make a decision, get committed about the decision, have the courage to fight the fight of your life inside the Colosseum, because people are watching. People want to see how you're doing. The more you fight, and the more you get through the bumps and the bruises, the more chance you've got of winning your freedom, right? So if you haven't already done so, I have 2 books. One's called My God. Yeah, buddy. There we go, brother. Right? One's called I Dare You. One's called I Double Dare You. I'm going to put the link in the comments. So you guys, Michael, I think you have the link as well, right? So you can fire it out to those guys. Yeah, you have it, bro. All right. I'll put it in the link anyway. So you guys have it. If you like reading books, you have some of the best beaches on the planet where you can go sit under a palm tree or somewhere and read a book and count your gold and watch the price go all the way up. And yeah, I just appreciate you for being the leader, for using your mentorship to create leadership. You're in the shipping business. You're the captain of the ship. You're driving through the storms. And yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Frazer. And one of the things I've noticed too when going through this, there's gold in these pages. When I'm going through, I actually highlight information because there's some things that just stand out. So when you're reading, you need to have your notepad ready, not just highlight, but take notes on them as well. And that's great. I've already ordered the Double Dare You, but of course I don't know what the situation, when things are going to arrive. But we have a few persons here tagged to get the Double Dare You as well. Thank you really for the information you give. It's really, really fantastic. And I'm sure many persons in the team appreciate you as well. Right, we're gonna work on getting the DRU to a couple of those folks as well. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. Remember, keep crushing it. And network marketing works 100% of the time for 100% of people who give it time. All right. Appreciate it.
All right.
See you, brother.
Thank you very much, Frazer. Have a lovely evening.
You
and
too.
Thanks all for joining the call. This is a wrap. Thank you.